I'm going to show you the rig that I used, and I'm going to tell you about the bait that I used to catch this absolute mama on the screen right now. Yesterday was a really, really special day for me. It was a new PB day, 41.5 pounds, so 41 pound, 8 ounces. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about the bait that I used and the rig that I used, because it's probably the simplest fishing that I've done in weeks. And those weeks have been weeks of blanks. And the rig is here. This is just a very, very simple hair blowback rig, and I caught her using mainline cell 18mm boilies. So single hook bait on the hair, and then I used a little mesh bag of 7 or 8 that I'd cut in half, obviously clipped onto the hook, cast out to a nice hard spot on the lake. And I mean, this rig had genuinely been out there for probably 5 or 6 hours, and bang, off she went. And absolutely unexpected. Anyway, watch the video. I'm going to show you how to make this rig, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support. Right, the first job is to take off about 14 inches of hook link, and we're going to strip off 6 inches of the coating. Now we're going to perform a small overhand knot just so that we can create the hair. Grab your scissors and cut off the tag end. Now I've already cut myself about 2mm of 1.5mm shrink tube, and this is what's going to help us create the blowback effect. Now grab your hook link and you're going to feed it through the shrink tube in, all the way through down towards the eye of your hook. Now I leave myself 2 inches from the end of the hair down to the eye. Feed the other end through the eye. And now we're just going to create a really basic knotless knot by whipping around the shank. I go around about 8 times, back over once, and then back through the eye of the hook. Right, the next job is to finish the knotless knot by feeding the tag back through the eye of the hook towards the point of the hook, which is really, really important. You don't want to be going through the other direction. Pull it through nice and tight, and then we're almost done with your knotless knot. Next, we want to add a kicker. So I'm just going to be using some small little tungsten kickers. I just find these really malleable. They're really easy to get over your knots. And obviously they've got a tiny bit of weight to them as well, just to keep everything pinned to the deck. The rig's really starting to take some shape now, and just a couple of final bits to finish it off. You want to grab yourself an anti-tangle sleeve and feed that down the hook link. We can leave that hanging down there for just a second. Right, now I want this rig to be 8 inches long, and that's from the loop at one end down to the curve of the hook. And I'm going to use the little ruler that's actually on top of the Quarter Basics tackle box. That's nice and helpful. So I've created a fold at 8 inches, and what we're going to do now is make a figure of 8 knot. So you want to do a single loop, twist it, and then you're going to feed that remaining tag back through the loop. If you struggle doing this, you can use yourself a little splicing needle to pull that through. Always make sure that you wet down before you pull it nice and tight. Snip off your tag end, slide up your anti-tangle sleeve, and now very carefully, we're going to use a kettle to steam that shrink tube, and I'm also going to steam the actual hook link itself so that's nice and straight. Right, we're on to the bait section now. So thread your bait of choice. Again, I'm going to be using an 18mm mainline cell boilie onto your needle, and then pass that down onto your hair. The next thing you want to do is get yourself a little hair stop, as you can see. Feed that through the loop, and then you can pull that bait against the bait stop. Don't worry about moving your shrink tube at this stage. We're going to reposition that in a second. Once your bait's all secure, you can now grab your tube in and put it into your position of choice. And that is it. You are done. So if you want to order yourself some mainline cell, or if you want to order some of the hook link that I use, click the links in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, and thanks very much.